So, with Season 7 of Apex Ascension dropping tomorrow, I kind of want to take a bit of advantage on the patch notes, because everyone is doing patch note stuff, and I kind of want to join in on that, because I have the dev kind of side of it, the game creator side, and I kind of want to put that sort of 2 pence into this, because loads of people are kind of doing the whole as a player and as a person. But from a game dev's point of view, from someone who makes video games, or someone who knows how to make video games and know what kind of struggle the devs are going through at the minute, I kind of want to let people know that side of it. So let's have a look at the patch notes, shall we? Hey guys, welcome back to the show, welcome back to the diary. So yes, the patch notes. So, as my memory really horribly served me in the last several videos of Apex, new legend is Horizon. And there is a character trailer out now for Horizon, and it explains her little robot, which is her ultimate. And it explains the Void Ball. Now, the way I put it in my video was that the Void Ball picks up and spits out elsewhere. No. In that video it shows that the Void Ball just holds them in place. Funny! I love stuff like that because I can be cheeky, I'm a trap artist, so Caustic might end up still being one of my biggest mains, despite Bloodhound being my best character. But Horizon looks like someone I can get along with, because not only is it trap style, but it's helpful to the team. So meet Horizon. She's newest legend, brilliant scientist, a master of gravity manipulation. She has a deep connection to the new area, because she's been stuck there for heaven knows how long. And a motivation that would tug at your heartstrings. Horizon's custom spacesuit allows her to fall from great heights and control her movements in the air. Right, that was stated in the trailer video for her as well. So, are we now getting full damage? That's what it looks like because of the way they state it in her trailer video. They actually say, takes less damage on impact. If they add in full damage, something to me says that might ruin the style of Apex, because Apex is it's beautiful, the fact that you can jump off a cliff and have no full damage. Using our custom technology, she can use gravity lifts, give her team vertical boost, or mess up another team. Funny. She can also deploy Newt, her small robot named after her son, Newton, to drop a micro black hole that pulls opponents into the center for some serious crowd control. Now that is serious crowd control. Now, the one thing that has been bugging me in particular is how enemies like to hide behind things. Now, I've picked up on this and I've started trying to do it myself. Use the cover to your advantage. That is the biggest tip in most multiplayer PvP games. You use the cover to your advantage. This stops people doing that. So you throw Newt into the middle of the thing, say you've got like 2 opponents here, 1 opponent here, 1 opponent here, and 1 here. They're all behind cover. It sucks them in and just holds them in place. So the passive is Spacewalk. Increase air control and reduce fall impacts with Horizon's custom spacesuit. So, reduce fall impacts. That definitely looks like they're adding in fall damage. The tactical gravity lift. Reverse the flow of gravity, lifting players upward, boosting them outward when they exit. So, as you already know, we've all used the lifts so far. We know how they work. The ultimate black hole. Deploy Newt to create a micro black hole that's sucked in nearby legends. already spoken about that. So new map, we get a proper look at this without my picture in the way. So yeah, this area looks like it's not going to be landable. You're not going to be able to land directly on this ball here. However, you might be able to land on top of this tunnel here. Now, I got the name of the map wrong. It was World's Edge that has this little cave volcano in the middle. And I'm sticking with the point of that's going to have the light beam in the middle. And if you fly through it, you're dead. Or you land in it, you're dead. Again, I reckon these are going to be non-landable spaces. This, I reckon, for the first couple of weeks, we're going to have people standing here all along these little beams, because there's going to be no "you are out of battle range, return to battle" message sitting on those. So we're going to have people being cheeky and sitting on these spots. Fingers crossed, that's not going to happen. That's what I hope. I hope that that's not going to be a thing. But I can sort of see it being a thing because of the way maps work and the way coding works. It's really difficult to always get the hitboxes right. Legends have entered a new arena, the Sky City of Olympus. Floating above the clouds, it was once a place where the brightest minds in the Outlands could gather and exchange ideas. An accident in an experimental research facility led to the creation of Phase Rift, a massive bubble of phase energy, and the city was abandoned. Now players can use Olympus' luxurious amenities, I can never say that word properly, to their advantage, rotating, and my brain's not working, agricultural towers, beautiful gardens and classy restaurants serve as new stages for intense skirmishes. New vehicles called Tridents give your squad a way to boost into battle and take out your enemies by surprise. The Phase Runner. A tunnel of phase energy running through the centre of Olympus lets you cross the map in seconds. Ouch! I've got to say something about that right now before I carry on, because that... Now, I'm not going to say that's taking anything away from Wraith, because I know it's not. It's just, think about it. You Wraith phase portal up to the Phase Runner. Your team goes through the phase portal, then they go through the Phase Runner. You get teleported to another part of the map. Now, if you're in the middle of a fight, that's pretty good, in the sense of it gets you out of there quickly. However, something tells me there's not going to be a return, and if there is a return, it's not going to return you to the same spot. And if it does, then we're going to have a lot of cheeky players. We're going to have a lot of really cheeky players. The players that will land in certain places that are near the Phase Runner, they'll loot up and hang around the Phase Runner. They will hang around. They will start a fight, get to the point where they need to reload or heal up, go through the Phase Runner, heal up, come back through, finish off. I can see that happening a lot if there is a comeback through the Phase Runner like that. But I'm interested to see it, and I would be interested to go ahead and use the Phase Runner just for that pure fun of, I'm here, I'm over there, I'm back here now, sort of thing. But we're going to get players doing that, I reckon. And the Rift stands tall over everything, mysterious and beckoning. So, that's got to be that. That has to be that. So, the new vehicle, the Trident. Cruise the highways to avoid choke points or use boost to soar over jumps. This thing is made to speed up those early game rotations, drive in third person, or ride as a passenger in first person, with full shooting capabilities. Trident is durable, so it will never explode. Ooh. Okay, so that takes away my idea on the fact that it has a certain amount of health. But damage applied from enemy fire will be dispersed amongst the players in the car. Ow. Right. I think that's going to end up being changed. If you think about it, now, I can see where they're going for it, with it, because damage done to the vehicle would sort of affect the people inside, because it's rocking and they're hitting the sides and everything. However, I don't think that's fair. If you think about it, you'll have one team camping in the vehicle. They're driving around, doing stuff, and they've got enemy gunfire coming in at them. So, say someone Krabers the vehicle. That's a minimum of 200 damage. If not a minimum of 100 damage. So, you're looking at least 100 to 200 damage to be split between 3, 2, or even 1 sometimes. So if you've got unlucky enough to be put into the game as a solo, instead of in a group 3 or a group 2, whichever you've chosen, and the Kraber hits the vehicle, unless you're wearing higher than white armor, you're screwed. And I can see a lot of players moaning about that, because while it's an understandable thing and it's a doable thing, and I can see where they're going with it, there are just so many issues that I can see with it. I'm thinking of the cheeky players here, guys. I'm thinking of the players that will sit up in the spots that they're not supposed to be in, or things like that, and just snipe people, or they'll sit waiting in certain areas and just take people down as they come past. But I'm also thinking about the storm, the ring. Players are already taking damage from the storm. They're in this, the vehicle's taking damage. Does that mean it's doubled? Given the fact that there's something else in the patch notes that we're going to look at in a few minutes about the ring and the storm. Does that mean that's now doubled again? Does that mean what they've done has been negated? I mean, those of you who get what I'm saying will see my concern and see the problem here. Yeah, damage applied. Disperse amongst players in the car. Don't worry, you can still do full damage to players by hitting them directly, so we expect to see some amazing Kraber shots. You see, even they're thinking about the Kraber. Those of you who are listening to what I was saying and still reading, you will have noticed that I spotted the problem with the Kraber. Yeah. Disembark to park it anywhere and use it as makeshift cover. So, it doesn't explode. That's the other thing. We're going to have people jumping in this, flying it off to, I don't know, maybe centre of ring or a certain choke point, parking it up, sitting behind it. Then it's never going to explode, they're never going to take damage because they're not inside it. I think this thing needs to have a health bar, because I can see this thing being used and abused. It will be abused. I can see it happening. Trident interacts with Legend's abilities in many different ways. Experiment and have fun. Ooh. Are you not telling us that? No, that's something that I challenge anyone who plays Apex that's watching this to do. It affects the abilities in many different ways. What does it do if you smoke the back of it? What does it do if you banger strike from it? What does it do if you put a Gibraltar strike on top of it? What does it do if you put a Gibraltar dome on top of it? Does it leave Lifeline's heal drone behind if you put it inside it? Or does it take it with you? Those are the things I'm going to be finding out. Those are the things I want to do. The Olympus preview. Now, I'm only gonna, because I want to get this out as quick as possible, I kind of want to cherry pick some of my favourite bits from the patch notes, so I'm only going to quickly look over the club's idea. So basically there is new clubs. You can make your own, or you can join clubs that are already there. We're gonna find people of our own standing now. So basically, if Respawn want to, they can make a club of predators, and you know that Respawn will put in the proper predators, the predators that are actually deserving of it. Players like Punch Kid, and the players that have genuinely got to Predator without cheating or without anything else. They are just good at the game. Join a club with like-minded legends and make it easier to find your champion squad. Don't see a particular club you like, then create one and let your friends join. We're gonna skip the Steam stuff. If you guys do want to look at this yourself and look over some of the stuff I do skip, I am going to be putting the link in the description box for this. Now, I see what my friends mean. Now, looking at the head of this one, especially profile view, crypto. It's a crypto skin. No. Body shape and the arms. It is clearly Octane. They confused loads of people with this one because they only had the head up to about the shoulders. And it's like, is that a crypto skin or is that an Octane skin? And then you look at the battle pass as it is here, and it is an Octane skin. Quite a nice looking one at that, but sorry, I prefer Wraith skin. Wraith skin just looks so much nicer to me. Sorry. Right, so Season 7 Battle Pass. Oh my days, I love this idea. It is no longer based on points. Now, points is one thing, but this, it's like get 10 knockdowns with a Mastiff. Get top 10 finish 45 times. Now, it's only saying 45 because it's got at least a 3-tier, 5-tier version to it. It's no longer one challenge for one thing. It's you are now doing it for the stars. If you get all the stars, you can then get the next level up. And it's also, the challenges keep going. There's no longer, you finish this challenge, you're done. Especially not the way I take this. The way I take this is that the challenges are always ongoing, because up until a certain star level. Because of the way it is. You work to star level 1, which would be, say, get 5 knockdowns with Mastiff, or get 3 knockdowns with Mastiff. And it goes up and up and up as you work on it. That's what I'm guessing. That's what I'm getting from it. So yeah, challenges are no longer points based and now granted between 1 to 5 stars depending on their difficulty. So it's also, so the way I was saying it could not mean the thing, but it's the difficulty. So collecting 10 stars will get you to the next battle pass level. We also have added tabs to the challenges menu in the lobby that allow you to toggle between daily, top weekly, and event challenges within a match. Within a match, players can open the map to see the same widget in game. Now that I am grateful for. For too long, I've readied up, got into a match and been like, crap, I didn't fully check my challenges. I'm not 100% sure on what I need to do. I don't know exactly how many I have left now. And I can't check until I'm back in the lobby. So that addition is nice. To me. It's helpful to most players as well. Quality of life update. Ooh. Attachment swap improvements. When replacing an attachment with one found on the ground, if the old attachment is an improvement for your other weapon, the old attachment will get automatically transferred. So, if you pick up an EVA 8 and you've already got a double tap, and you find a G7 Scout with a double tap next to it. Or... No, if you find a G7 on the floor with just ammo, and you want to swap out the Eva 8 because you've already found a Mastiff, and you've got the Mastiff picked up, you swap the Eva 8 for the G7. And instead of dropping the attachment so that you have to be like, where is it? Oh, it's there. And pick it up, it now will go straight onto your G7. Perfect. Now, personally, I would not have the G7 with the double tap because I don't think it's worth it. The only time G7 with double tap is worth it is if you're wanting to go up close and personal like you would with the Eva 8. But because the G7 can be used as a long-range sniper, or a mid-range sniper, because it used to be a sniper and it's still pretty good as a sniper, I personally see that at that range, mid to long range, Hopup's useless. Double tap's useless at that point. So the replicator updates. Season 7, we've removed weapons from the crafting pool. Damn. Oh well. We have replaced them with shield batteries. The high-level attachments will still be tailored towards weapon category. So, instead of having a weapon and its attachments, it's just going to be the attachments and they're going to pick a category for the weapons. We now prevent other players from picking up items that you crafted for the first 5 seconds after crafting. This can be disabled by pinging the item. Sweet! Immediately putting in a way of disabling this. So if you are crafting it for someone else, just ping it and it will let them pick it up. But it's a beautiful thing because I don't like sitting around the replicator while I'm waiting for my stuff to make. Especially if there's still points to be collected or still boxes to open. I'll run off, go for the boxes, I'll come back and it's like, where did my bag go? Where did my gold helmet go? Just find this on another teammate. And I'm like, shoot, oi, I made that for me, not for you. And teammate would be there like, you ran off. I didn't know you ran off. I thought it was his, and it's like, oh. So, first 5 seconds, it's locked to you. I like that. Airdrop Clarity. Colours between the beams have changed to differentiate between normal airdrops, lifeline airdrops, and replicator airdrops. Oh, why? Now, I can understand this change being between the normal airdrop and the lifeline airdrop because it was a bit difficult to tell, but all you needed to know was how quick it was dropping, and you needed to look at the minimap. On the minimap, if a replicator was dropping, it was horizontal. It was a hexagon. If it's a circle on the minimap, it's a airdrop. So this one is... I can understand why. It's just... I can see straight away one of the biggest problems. Because normal drops are a lifeline or a light tan. Lifeline drops are blue. Replicator drops are teal. Right. The second anyone sees a blue light, they're running straight for it. Because they know now that that's a lifeline drop. They know now that there's going to be a team there. I don't think gone are the days of third partying, but I think incoming is the days of the drop attack. Because if you get unlucky enough to go into a game solo and your lifeline, your position's now given away, it's just, what is the point in now using a lifeline drop? Because there's going to be so many players just converging on that position because they know a team's there. Or they know there's a lifeline there. Some players will be cautious and go, well, if they've got a lifeline then they might have a Bangalore. Nah, they're not going. But there will be players that will be there like, oh, lifeline drop, let's go. Let's kill. So I'm a bit like, why did you do this? No. Airdrop beam will stay visible when close to the airdrop instead of fading away when you get close. The beam still disappears when the pod is open. Good. Okay, so the Ark Star now shows an Ark Star model when it's thrown near you instead of a grenade. Finally! It's like, I'd be like, grenade, run. I'm far enough away from it, what? And it was an Ark Star because of the Ark Star's range, it still got me, and it's like, I also get the animation of the electricity slowdown, and I'm like, I had a grenade thrown at me, not an Ark Star. What the hell? Added a new VO line when you're using a Phoenix kit. Added a new VO line when you drop a hollow spray. Okay. So they're gonna turn around and change the whole 1 sec healing for using a Phoenix kit. Interesting. Now, I suppose this makes sense. If you are in a group of 3 that are not using voice comms, it would be better to be able to hear each character say, I need a moment, I'm doing a Phoenix kit. Because otherwise you just don't know. The only way we can tell each other right now is by dropping the Phoenix kit, pinging the Phoenix kit, picking it up and doing the heal. That's the only way we can do it. And that causes fights between people. Because it's like, say someone's low and they need the Phoenix kit. And you've only got 1, but you're also low and you need the Phoenix kit too. You've got that thing of Phoenix kit here and teammates they're like, yes, Phoenix kit, nice! And you pick it up and you're using it. It's like, thanks. I needed that. And you're just like, sorry, I was just only trying to tell you I was using it. Added new voice line when you drop hollow spray. Interesting. Because dropping the hollow spray has been really quiet all this time. It's like, drop a hollow spray and it's like, what I would prefer to see is the combination of the hollow sprays and their brother, sister, however you want to put it, voice line, voiceover in general. So, like, say, with Bloodhound. Bloodhound actually has the voice line Slaughter and Victory. Or, I can't remember exactly how they say it, but how Bloodhound says it, but it's basically the same line as what's written on the hollow spray. So if you could have it, say you've got the voice line and it matches the hollow, you put it on top of the voice line, so it does the voice line of the hollow spray as it throws it out, sort of thing. You can now ping ammo in your inventory to request more from your squad. Now, the reason I did that is because I don't see why this one's been added. Considering the fact, if you have the weapon, all you need to do is click on the little ammo symbol and say, I need this ammo. Now, the only reason I can see this being added is basically if you literally only have what's in the mag. You could probably click the gun or look at the gun and just be like ammo, and it will turn around and say, I only have 1 mag. I need ammo, sort of thing. So the rest of the team could be like, oh, right, okay. Yeah, here. Made modifications to the ring to reduce the amount of unplayable spaces in the circle. What do you mean, unplayable? Map rotation is regular map rotation for 2 weeks. Olympus will be the only map you can play on. After that week, we go into normal rotation between Olympus and World's Edge. we'll be vaulting King's Canyon for the time being. Ranked rotation. First half of ranked split will be played on Olympus. Second half will be played on World's Edge. Oh, great. For more information, blah blah blah. So, Legend Matter. Bangalore, Rolling Thunder reduced the time it takes for explosion from 8 seconds to 6 seconds. Stops people running out of it, I suppose, but... yeah, not much to say here. Rolling Thunder will continue to function primarily as a zoning ability, but with somewhat shorter fuse. It will encourage enemies to leave the zone slightly faster. Caustic. Nox gas trap, Nox grenade. Legends no longer get a blood vision effect while in gas. Damage updated from 4 to 10 ticks of damage to 6 to 12 ticks of damage. Thank heavens. For too long, people have been sighting gas, just going and just like, will you die already? But the biggest worry that I have with the Legends no longer getting a blood vision is if it's everyone that no longer gets blood vision. So say you walk into an enemy caustic gas. I think you should still have blood vision if you walk into an enemy one. Because that's the idea, that's the point. If you walk into your teammate's one, I don't think it should. Because that is the biggest problem with not only caustic gas, but with Bangalore smoke. Friendlies cannot see through those two. So many times I've played with friends who are playing Bangalore and they smoke the building we're fighting in. They smoke the room that we're fighting in, and I'm just there like, I can't see. I can't see anyone, I don't have thermal, what are you doing? Mirage. Psych out. Life of the party. Decoys now have 45 health. Why, oh why, oh why? I mean, yes, decoys, but it's the fact that, I mean, yes, you don't want the enemy to know which one's the real you. But it was the fact that that moment of, shoot, okay, this one. That time it takes your enemy to go through each one of the decoys to work out which one is you helped Mirage players to get the kill. Our Bamboozler in Chief is a hard legend to keep relevant. Every time we make changes to decoys, there's a clearer uptick in usage and power, as Mirage mains learn to use their new tools. And then the rest of the world catches on and starts being able to tell the real Mirage from his equally handsome holographs. That uptick disappears. The reason why we've learned how to tell is because, for me personally, I'm looking for the lights. I'm also looking at the gun. The problem with Mirage's decoys is they keep hold of the gun he started with. Quick gun switch on a Mirage, you can immediately tell which one's the real one. You just spot the difference. That's all you're doing. You're just playing spot the difference. And there's plenty of people out there that are really, really good at spot the difference. Especially me. I can normally tell a decoy right off the bat. Because you can't fool someone like me who started out trying to make Mirage because of the way his decoy escape worked to begin with. Completely invisible for that amount of time. Just slide down, go around behind. It's like, it's really hard to fool a trap artist, and it's really hard to fool a proper good Mirage main. It's like, I have not properly got taken to a Mirage decoy in a long time. Now, there is a couple of times that it's because of misfire, it's because of me turning around going, enemy, shoot quick now before shoot me, and then it's like, decoy. This time around we want to try and make it a little bit harder to clear out decoys. We're giving them health. But to make this clear up front, they will not work as a shield. Well, no. It's a bit obvious, guys. While they take damage from bullets. Bullets also pass through them, as they should, and hits whatever is behind them. This is what we call the hallway test. You should not be able to win an engagement against an enemy in a straight, coverless hallway by snap casting a decoy and having said decoy eat an entire wingman shot. Decoys will also play unique hit effects and briefly flicker out of existence when taking damage to help you differentiate between them and the real one. Okay, so Octane, Swift Mend, double healing rate from 0.5 HP per second to 1.0 HP per second. Another one that I'm quite liking because, again, I'm here like, I need health, guys. I know I'm Octane, but it's going to take me a while, and if we get into a fight now, I'm screwed. Health, please. And teammates are like, you're Octane, just get it back. It's like, stem. You stem at the wrong time, you're dead. Watson, perimeter security increased damage per touch from 10 to 15. I have actually done something in the training room on this, and I don't see why it's been upped. Not really, because no one's stupid enough to stand in the fence taking damage. No one's stupid enough to just stand there. So, it doing 10 damage as you walk through makes sense. But maybe people just want stuff. Maybe they just want it doing it a bit quicker. Watson's the anti-Octane, not super powerful individually, not picked very often at all below plat, but an absolute must for competitive squads. We're also happy with that niche, but figured it would be safe to give her a little extra power in her best case. People running into her fences, we're aiming for this to bring up her power and attractiveness at lower levels of play, especially since we don't see a lot of players run into Watson fences in high skill matches. Like I said, no one's stupid enough to stand in the fence, let alone run through it. Loba's Black Market. Ammo taken no longer counts towards Black Market's maximum. You can scoop up all the ammo in range. Finally! So long have I been irritated with the choice I have to make. I want a weapon out of that Black Market. I want at least a bag or a piece of body armor. I want a weapon attachment. And I want ammo. So I then have to decide, do I want to go for the gun and the ammo and then wait to find the attachment? Or do I want to grab a gun and some armor and go find some ammo myself? Putting myself to one mag if that gun is a new gun straight out of the market, no ammo already prepped for it. So to have the ability to not take up one of those two slots for the ammo is already amazing. Now, I have spoken to a few friends about this, and they've pointed out the problem with the ammo. You can scoop up all the ammo in range. Now, the way they're saying that kind of doesn't make sense, because... Right, okay, so I go into the Black Market, I click on the light ammo. That gives me all stacks of light ammo within range. There's going to be fights about that if that's the way it works. If you have to click on it several times to get them all through, then that's fairer. Okay, so labour. So yeah, we were talking about the clicking of the ammo. I'm hoping that it's not gonna be you click it once and it picks up absolutely everything. But that's the way it's worded and that's the way it's looking. Taking another swing and making labour the ultimate legend. Spring to solve with all your team's loot needs. I've heard your feedback that you want improvements to our tactical as well, and while it's certainly not off the table, I'd dare to suggest that her encounter win rate, how many knockdowns she gets compared to how many teams she's knocked down across all matches, is quite healthy. It's her trio's win rate that is worryingly low. Make no mistake, this is a major swing at making Black Market powerful. Black Market's already powerful, it's just that we're feeding Aloba with as much stuff as we can to get more Black Markets up, because we have to only choose 2 items, and it's a really hard choice to make. Rampart. Sheila now takes 1.25 seconds to fully spin up, down from 2 seconds. So, this, if you're using Rampart as a straight up, in the fight kind of player like Octane, this is perfect. Because now there's no more waiting for it to spin up going, hurry up, come on, sort of thing, while someone's shooting at you. Or shooting at your amped wall. Speaking of the amped wall now takes 3 seconds to fully build, down from 4 seconds. Finally. Those 4 seconds you're trying to sit there while it's building itself up was too long. We always had to either put it beside or somewhere else and then go into cover. So we put it in front and go into cover here. We don't need to quite so much now. Pathfinder. I do not see why they've made it even harder. Right. They haven't made it harder to hit. That's not my point. Pathfinder, if you look at the body here, there's a nice little bullet-sized hole right there that is dead space. So you can easily aim for this point of him, not even hit him, and it'll register you've hit him. Oh, guys, your hitboxes. Oh. I can see why it's been done, because Pathfinder was really, really hard to hit for the most part. Because of his hitbox and the way he looks, the way he works, the way he is, it just made it really hard to hit Pathfinder properly. But for the average player, you will find that the average player will constantly be barraged with bullets as Pathfinder. Like, say, me for example. The damage reduction that Gibraltar and Caustic have, I don't feel they actually have turned on when I play those two. Because I essentially have one clip or one mag fired into me and it's like, I can't even do anything, I can't move. Next thing I know, I'm down on my ass. And I'm like, take less damage, my butt. So for the average player, it's not needed. For the high tier groups, I can see why. So with Pathfinder's Grappling Hook, making a number of changes to Grappling Hook. So shipped a very conservative version of this change. Now that we know this didn't magnificently affect win rate or anything else like that, how frustrating it is to fight him shipping the much more aggressive version of the change list. I want to make it clear that players should not be punished for channeling Grappling Hook perfectly into other movement mechanics. So Pathfinder no longer needs to be on the ground for Grappling Hook to be considered fully finished. The speed to which Pathfinder needs to drop for us to consider Grappling Hook finished was increased from 300 units per second to 500 units per second. The maximum cooldown grapple can be set to was lowered to 30 seconds from 35 seconds. Maximum amount of travel time before a new cooldown is set is now 5 seconds rather than being uncapped. This means that effectively you can never incur more than a 35-second cooldown. Fair enough. The amount of distance you can travel before you hit maximum cooldown is roughly doubled. Weapon letter! So, supply drop, there's a lot of talk about the supply drop. I've heard so many different things about the supply drop. One thing I've definitely heard is the R99 is coming out. It will be returning to the normal loot pool this season with the same stats it had before. Before it went into the supply drop at the start of Season 6. So, damage is going down from 12 to 11 from the care package version normal pre-Season 6. So, I've heard that the Hemlock is going into the supply drop. Nope, it's written right here, black and white. Prowler into the supply drop. The Prowler is replacing the R99 in the supply drop, despite the Select Fire Hopup being removed from the loot pool this season. The Prowler will still have the ability to change between 5-round burst and full auto. The magazine size is 35, reserve ammo 175. Nice. Fully kitted weapons. Removed the Devotion, the Mastiff, Triple Take, Flatline, Vault. The new weapons are Wingman, Sentinel, Havoc, G7 and Alternator. Does that mean they're going to make a gold version of the G7? Oof. But, that also reminds me, there's a Punch Kid video showing off the gold alternator. I want to try that. I didn't manage to get a proper try with it last time it was gold. So there's some talk about the recoil patterns. Now, I'm going to skip past this, but I'm going to talk just quickly about recoil patterns and biggest tips at this point. You want to read this, because the more you know about the way it recoils, the more likely you will be able to control it. So just super quickly, for the Havoc, recoil pattern kicks up, then right, then left, then up again. So when you're controlling it, you want to pull your stick or your mouse down, then left, then right, then down again. That's how you want to control it. Most people will just do this because it's easiest. Because all you need to then do is pull it down and do that. Pull it down, shake. So we're going to keep going, keep skipping. Down to the Sentinel. Energized Sentinel now has a purge damage, pure damage increase. Instead of a bonus damage only versus shields. So, the Energized Sentinel. It's no longer just going to take out their shields. It's going to take at least a little bit of their health too, if not half. Sentinel was still a bit weak. We think a good place to improve is the energy ability. It seems to be too situational, only being a benefit if the opponent has 70 shields. Has less than 70 shields. So we're changing the Energize from a Disruptor anti-shield effect to an amp damage boost effect. The fire rate change on the triple take, that is irritating but understandable. How many times has so many people in Apex got a knockdown or a kill just with the triple take because of how rapid fire you can fire it, how quickly you can fire it. Hopups, quick draw holster hop-up. Looks like we have a new hop-up. This new hop-up attaches to the RE45 and the Wingman. When equipped, the gun becomes quicker to raise and lower, takes less time to ADS, and has reduced hip fire spread, particularly when not actively moving. This should open up new opportunities to use the two weapons, especially in close quarters combat. The select fire receiver hop-up will be removed from the loot pool to make room for this. Ooh. Here we go. Evo armor requirements increased. I am really happy with this. Even though it's going to take me even longer to get up to Red Evo, I'm happy considering the fact that if you go into a Duos match, within minutes, everybody on the board except for you has got Red Evo. It's like you've not even seen anyone, and within minutes they've got red. It's like, oh, charming. So it is now, for a level 0 to level 1, you now have to do 100 damage instead of 50. From level 1 to 2, 150. 2 to 3, you now have to do 300 damage. 3 to 4, it's now 750 damage required to get it up to the Red Evo. So it goes white, blue, purple, red. Ring damage reduced. Now, this one got me kind of worried also. This one got me kind of worried, also pretty quite happy, because for those teams who like to land off ring and loot up, take their time looting up in way out the ring when it's ring 1, it got really irritating because you'd be running through the storm, you'd end up inside the ring and you'd have some people watching the storm. So to have it do the extra damage is good in that sense. But no, sorry. Have it not do as much damage is good in that sense. But we have the biggest problem here as well. The fact that it's gonna bring back all of those Stormwatchers, the ones that will stay in the storm, healing, waiting. They'll sit around cliffs and corners, just healing up, waiting for the last team, heal up, come out the ring, come out the storm. You're gonna have people sitting waiting for the last ring and the last team. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot more of that. But it is good to know that the first ring's not gonna take any more damage, not gonna take any less damage. So it's the same. So ring 2 takes 3% of your health per tick, it's down from 5%. Particularly this change should allow players enough time to pop a syringe if they're picked up in ring 2. Finally, that is one thing I hated. Ring 2, get picked up, within 2 seconds, pop. It's like, I know the idea is to go onto your health wheel and already have it picked out so that you can just straight up do it. But even then, it was a struggle to get the timing right to be able to pop it before you took the damage. Ring 3, 5% per tick down from 10. Ring 4, 10% per tick, down from 20. Ring 5, 10% down from 20. Ring 6, 15% down from 25. And ring 7, 15% down from 25. And we're going into the bug fixes, which I'm afraid I'm going to leave. Right. So that was the patch notes that I'm happy to go over. I will, of course, be leaving the link to the patch notes in the description below. But I've got to get this up. I've got to eat. And you guys are going to watch it. So let me know down below what you reckon. everything in between. So that's it for me today, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. See ya.
Put a little bit of shit, put a little bit of shit, put a little bit of shit, get a little bit of gasoline. Welcome to another crime scene. Get a little bit of gasoline. Welcome to another crime.